Welcome back. I'm here with the fellas in front of the shadow of, God, the way Russell's just looking at me right now. Look at the way he's staring you down.
He looks rich.
Hey, Russ.
He does look rich.
He looks real rich.
He's staring at you right now saying, that's the guy that's talking all the crap all the time.
Right. Knock it off.
It's been a soap opera. Are you surprised, though, because you played in Seattle, are you surprised at all the discourse coming from Seattle?
No, not at all. I've been super involved with all the media out there for years and years, and the conversations we're having here right now, same conversations been going on out there in Seattle for 8 years. Now, he was winning ball games, so all that stuff goes away, and Russ can make it all go away here by winning ball games, but he's got to do that.
Yeah, if he's 5-3, it's a different story.
Yeah, and I don't blame Seattle either. If I'm at a party and my ex shows up with some loser on her arm, I'm walking by with my new hottie all day long. That's what Pete's hand in hand with Gino, and they're looking good right now. I don't blame Seattle.
Not with that hair, though. You're not walking by with it.
I'd say this to Pete, though, and I am a little bit surprised that Pete continues to take shots, because I know they're winning. I know Geno Smith is the comeback story of a lifetime. This game will humble you real quick, so maybe take it easy on the rush shots.
All right, so Tennessee, it's an early game, and the history of early games, Denver, when they have to travel and play the 11 o'clock, it's never fun. 1.5 points. Tennessee's favored by 1.5. What do you like?
I like the Broncos. I do. I know the Broncos have not put up points at all the entire season, but they're coming off a couple weeks now. It was a long week out there in London. They've now had the bye week. I'm going to bank on Russell Wilson figuring out how to play football. Titans are an okay team with a great record. That's it. It's going to be low scoring, but I'll take the Broncos with the 1.5.
Tyler's definitely about to get stung by a bee.
You have a bee on your thumb. You have a bee on your thumb.
Hold on.
I don't know what,
I'm a baby.
It's allergic. I like the bee stinging Tyler for sure. I'm betting on that.
I survived.
I also like the Broncos for some reason, because Tennessee's just bad. It's a race to 20 in this game is basically what it is. Even if Tannehill goes.
They're a bad team with a good record, though.
Yeah, but
right?
you slow down Derrick Henry, and by slow down, I mean keep him to like 110 yards. It's a race to 20, and I like the Broncos at plus 1.5.
Listen, the Broncos have no choice. The over-under is 36.5.
By the way, I know everybody's talking about taking the under on that.
Yeah.
Not me. I'm not going
Really?
to.
Wow.
You keep doing this every week. This is going to be the week.
I'm doing it. Nope, I'm going over for a couple of reasons. Number one, Malik Willis, he completed 5 passes. I think Tannehill's going to be back. I would imagine the Titans are going to be able to score a few more points than they did against the Chiefs. And the Broncos, at some point, you got to score more than 21 points. Yeah, this is the week.
Tell me if I'm a fool by thinking this. I would feel better if the Broncos were able to, let's say they lost 30-27.
Yeah.
Or won 6-3. Part of me would feel better about a 30-27 loss because you put up numbers.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Like, forget all these low-scoring wins.
Yes.
Nobody's getting excited about that. You would feel more excited about the Broncos right now if Russell Wilson was throwing for 280, 300 yards per game and they were losing than you would if they were winning by 3 points and scoring 10 points.
You can't be bad and boring.
Yeah.
You can't be. If you're bad and boring, you're irrelevant in the world of sports, and that's what the Broncos have been for 7 years. Yeah, score points and lose, at least my eyes won't bleed.
The Avs are back at it tonight, home ice after an exhaustive trip. Their schedule's been up and down and crazy. 1.5 over Nashville at home. I think once the schedule calms down, and I know the Avs have a rash of injuries right now, but once you get into that rhythm mode, hockey players love rhythm. You got to give them that.
It's been a tough start for the Avs in terms of just the schedule making. Long trip over to Finland, and even before that, it was tough. So it feels like now's the time where they finally get to settle in a little bit. Jared Bednar can get back into the routine. I know this. Coaches are creatures of habit, and they hate when they get forced out of their routine.
Yeah, the routine's going to help a lot. Plus the injuries, guys are going to fill that role, figure out what they can do to plug and play. And plus, something I love at Superbook for the bets, they odds boost every game. You got to do it before the puck drops, but the first goal to be scored, the boosts are great, and it's right at 5 minutes, plus the tie goes to the better. So if it scores right at 5, you still get your bet.
Do you really?
It's awesome, too. It's so much fun. The first 5 minutes become must-watch television.
We would be remiss talking Avs if we don't mention the passing of legendary Peter McNabb. And fellas, I've said this before, you cannot write the story of the Colorado Avalanche without Peter McNabb, because he's the guy who told the story. And I don't know how how much you got a chance to meet him and talk to him, but he will leave an imprint on me for the rest of my life. I know. Did you ever get a chance to talk to Pete?
I did a little bit, and I wasn't as close as you were. But as a producer back in the day doing radio stuff, you call him every time. And I was actually telling Rig this, that when I would call him as a producer, I'd literally want him to not answer, because his voicemail was his grandchildren, and you got to see an insight to him, and it would be his grandchildren going, "Hey, you've reached Maxie's phone, leave," and you just got to see who he was. Not only did he teach us hockey, but the great man that he was.
Yeah.
He'll be missed for.
I did not get to know him on a personal level, but I grew up here. I was
That's
here.
all you need to know.
I was here when the Avalanche started, and man, they were the best team in the world the day they got here, and he was the best at what he did, and he's been on it ever since. So, did I know him on a personal level? No, but that's how I know the Colorado Avalanche. So, huge hole, but a life well lived, and obviously just tremendous at his job.
For Josh, Tyler, Vic, and the entire team from Superbook Sports, we love you, Maxine. We miss you.
Yeah.